How's your day been going?
I'm tired. It's later than we normally record.
True.
So at some point I'll just fall asleep while we're recording, and then you get to hear me snore.
I will just keep talking, and then eventually I'll probably figure it out, and then you'll have to send me like a 5-hour long Audacity file, and that'll be really, really funny for me to have to edit down.
Yeah.
Oh, of course not. Obviously not. Hello, and welcome to episode 10 of the To Be Titled Later podcast. I'm Griffin. I'm joined by Anthony.
Hello.
And today, we're an Avril Lavigne fan cast named, well, can I make it any more obvious?
The Lavengers?
No, it was a... no, I was making a joke on a skater boy.
I get.
Because that's
nice.
Yeah,
nice. That was good.
Cool.
That was good.
Thank you. It only took a second.
Yeah,
what do we actually want to talk about today? Do you got something off the top of your head?
I do. Hold on. I do.
Okay.
Because
so do I.
Let me go through my list. Ooh. I think so. I believed. We'll do it that way. Past tense. I believed that I was someone who, like, hey, if we're at a restaurant or something, that I like, if something's not ordered correctly or like there's something wrong, I'll be like, hey, this was wrong. Blah blah blah. I'm sorry. I know it's not your fault, but also, it's wrong, right? And I've never had to really utilize that before. To be like, hey, excuse me, wait staff, this food is whatever, not great, not what I ordered, whatever. We went to a ice cream shop. I'm gonna not say
Beppo?
No, not at all. Went to an ice cream shop, and I like having a chocolate malt. To me, chocolate malt's 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10. If I could be so bold. And they just opened, like, I don't know, a month ago, because they closed for the winter time. Because it's like, who wants ice cream in the winter? The answer is me. I would like ice cream in the winter, but they don't open just for me. So we go, and I'm like, oh, I'll have the Zanzibar chocolate, which is like 3 types of chocolate merged into one. It's amazing.
What 3 types?
You're really putting me on the spot.
Yeah, what 3 types?
I
gotta know.
Let me look it up. Well, I still gotta keep up Avril Lavigne. So I'd look up what she looked like.
Why do you gotta? Oh,
because I didn't know. I didn't really know who she was. Zanzibar chocolate. It's made by, I think the same people make Sassy Cow. Or maybe that's not true at all. It is 3.
I don't know. What is Sassy Cow?
Okay, so Sassy Cow. Oh, it's great. Okay, so hold on. So the description. Well, here, let me just do this. We'll add this to the LinkedIn somewhere. I guess I'm there. So I sent you the thing. So it says all natural and award-winning chocolate ice cream made with 3 kinds of cocoa for a rich fudge brownie taste. Do you know how sad it is that I actually know it's 3 types of chocolate? Like, that's not really something.
Yeah, why do you know that?
I don't know. But it's great. And also, it doesn't tell me what the 3 types are, so I don't know. You asked
from the chocolate shoppy ice cream.
Yeah, it's shop. It's fancy. Yeah.
Shoppy.
So this is, okay. So can I look up? You're really
Sassy Cow Creamery.
Yeah. So where does it say that?
Our cows plus our cream equals your milk.
Where do you see Sassy Cow? Why can I not click anything?
I just googled Sassy Cow and I found Sassy Cow Creamery by the Beowulf family. Why do they get 2 animals in their name?
So it says, it's not. It's not even the same. I was wrong.
No,
I've been associating that ice cream because it has a cow. Because it has a cow on the picture.
It's got a cow in it.
So I was like,
they're both different cows surrounded by a somewhat red, somewhat pink circle.
So, okay, can you see how the not ever seeing those together, you might think they are the same? Kind of. Just give it to me.
No, because they aren't at all called the same thing.
Okay, but
also Sassy Cow has its own ice cream, also made in Wisconsin.
Well, they're both made in Wisconsin, and they're both made in Madison, the capital, or around Madison.
Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Wisconsin in Madison? Cool.
Yeah. So it's located on. Well, I gotta look this up now. How close are these places to each other? Because I think they're close.
20 minutes north of Madison is the creamery store. That's what their website says. Roughly an hour from Milwaukee.
So Sassy Cow is there. Can I do directions from Sassy Cow to
chocolate shoppy ice cream
to this place? It's just call it shop. I don't understand. How close are these places?
Chocolate shoppy. Karen will agree with me.
Oh, Karen. Okay, they're actually farther than I thought they would be. it's a 30-minute drive from each other, so not as close.
Yeah, that's a bit.
As I thought.
That's a bit.
Currently, Madison's going through a severe thunderstorm warning, just to date the episode. So again, I thought these were the same places because they were both from Madison, so I thought they were the same. They both are making ice cream. They're both delicious. I actually love Sassy Cow more, but I'm realizing maybe I don't because I thought they were both the same company.
Oh my God.
Anyways, Zanzibar chocolate, the chocolate malt. It's amazing. So we go in and I'm like, I'll have a malt. And immediately I look and I go, the guy here's new. Because I know, because you go in, there's always the same two people. And so now there's a third person. And I'm like,
And you're like, shit, this motherfucker can't malt for shit.
I'm like, okay. And so like, I don't think anything of it. Like, it's good. They got a new employee. It's awesome. And we're like doing some stuff. We're talking. And I look over and in the cup, right? So do you know how they make like a shake, right? Like they put ice cream in and they put the malt powder and they put in
and then they shake
milk,
it really hard.
And then they like put in a blender in the cup that you're going to, and then they blend it all up, right? Okay. So this person now is holding a cup ready to go in the blender, and it looks like he's just got a cup of milk. At the very bottom, there's like the smallest scoop of the chocolate ice cream. And immediately I can clock that, like, this is not going to make an effective malt. One, the entire thing is just milk. And like, first I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, maybe I'm wrong. Like maybe the ice cream scoops are like all in the center tube, like as a tube. And then the milk is obscuring the entire view. But he's like kind of sloshing around and I can tell this is just a cup of milk. And so
it's just a cup of milk.
It's just a cup of milk with maybe half a scoop of chocolate. Maybe it's a scoop, but honestly, usually it's like a 3-scoop malt, right? And so he's like zooming, he's putting the blender and he's like blending it, putting the mixer. And you can tell that he's not really having to like with a malt or like a shake, you like kind of have to like, I don't know, like you get to work. You're like mushing, you're grinding, you're like, I gotta move this cup around. Like it's just a whole thing because you got ice cream that you're now turning into a softer ice cream. He's like one-handed. He's holding on to this cup. There's no resistance. He's just spinning milk around in this cup. And so finally he like gets away from the cup. And again, normally shakes are like pretty, they're not like
thick.
They're thick, right? They're not like concrete mixers. Do you guys have a Dairy Queen? Do you have Dairy Queens?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do they turn at the Blizzard upside down?
Yeah. It's not like a shake isn't like
it's not
that. No, it's not, but it's closer to that than just a cup of milk, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's for sure.
So
I like my shakes like I like my women.
Upside down.
Cold.
Okay.
Cold and upside down.
We went different directions with that. That was funny. And so again, I'm like seeing him walk towards the register and I can just tell that he's got a cup of milk. But now the cup of milk is chocolate milk colored, right? And I'm like, okay, that's fine. And so I grab the cup and I'm like, I'll be able to tell pretty quickly, like how hard, like when you grab the cup, like I should be able to tell if I try and like apply pressure to the plastic.
Yeah.
If it's just a cup of milk that he's blended a little bit of chocolate in. And I felt really bad because it was Allison's treat, so I wasn't paying. And I was like, it's fine. It's got Zanzibar chocolate. And I took a sip. The thing is just, I'm going to keep saying this. It was just goddamn milk. And I felt really bad. We're like,
it was just goddamn milk.
We're walking out of the store and I'm like, this is just milk. And she's like, when did you notice? Like, when did you notice? And I was like, when he was mixing it. She was like, should we go back inside? Like, it was $9 for that malt. And I was like, no, I'm sure it's just his first time making it. Like, I don't really want to like, interfere, like all this stuff. Like it was busy behind us. Like, I don't really want to be like, hey, this is just a fucking cup of milk. Like he made it so wrong that I know that he wouldn't know how to make it. Was really my thought, was just like he fucked up so fucking hard that I think if I went in and was like, what you did was the most wrong, make it again, but the way I want to. And I don't really know all the full process steps. And so I've discovered that as much as I want to be someone who's like, hey, we're going to talk to the wait staff. We're not going to be like mean about it, but just like, hey, this isn't really right. I don't know if I would. I think I empathize too much with like this person. I'm assuming he's going to learn eventually when he's not in the shop alone. And one of his coworkers are like, dude, that's not how you make a shake.
That's not fucking right, dude.
How many of you made it like these? And then he like kind of feels bad. I don't know. But yeah, I don't think I had the heart. Well, I didn't. And I think what we decided, I would just never order a shake again when he's in the building. Which
I mean, safe for sure.
I mean, like, what would you have said something?
Absolutely not. I am incredibly afraid of confrontation. What? I have severe social anxiety. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Here was the problem. It was good. Did it take me did I just drink milk through a straw? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Was it gone by the time we get back to the apartment? Absolutely. Is the apartment a block away? Yes. I can drink milk really fast. Would it have been?
Wait, big fan of milk.
Yeah. We should at some point link the what is it, that TikTok where they're like, stop drinking milk, Anthony. I love that fucking TikTok.
I feel like you've shown me that one, but I do not remember it.
Oh my god.
But I think we have to find it for this episode so I can just link it in the description.
Yeah, let me send it.
Also, I've been just scrolling through this chocolate shoppy ice cream like flavors, and I would fuck up a lot of these. I would just go to fucking town. Raspberry Rhapsody, fuck yeah. The Munchie Madness, Party Animal, Kitty Kitty Bang Bang. I would destroy a scoop of this shit. Holy shit. I'm jealous. Oh my god, I didn't even scroll down to like the vegan flavors. They got
we got a lot of
their
flavors,
own
dude.
shit going on. Oh my god.
Yeah, we got flavors.
Dude, the Yippee Skippy, fuck it up. S'more to love, hell yeah. The Zanzamint. Oh, I was just talking about mint chocolate chip like earlier. I would destroy that right now. I want ice cream.
Did you?
How dare you?
Yeah, this is. I mean, this is like Wisconsin, right? This is why we're better than the surrounding states. Sorry. I mean,
Chicago.
Chicago. Yeah. Did you read the? I like. There's the exhausted parent, which I would tell you what its ingredients are. It's made with, it's bourbon, bourbon spiked espresso ice cream swirled with bittersweet chocolate chunks. Holy shit. That's, intense.
But would. Absolute would. 100% fucking would.
Yeah.
Okay, let me, I have seen Stop Drinking Milk, Anthony.
Yeah. Stop
Wait, can I watch it really quick?
Anthony.
And then we just, let's just do some React content for a solid second here.
Okay, let me, okay. How do you want to do this?
Oh, I was just watching it.
Okay.
I don't...
Strawberry stuff.
You don't even... Yeah, you have shown me this. You don't even put chocolate stuff in it. You don't even put strawberry stuff in it.
Yeah.
And he's
go
like,
buy some.
I don't have anything. Go buy some. Are you a criminal?
I just love
Stop drinking milk, Anthony. Okay, that is linked in the episode notes. Please watch it. Get it to a bajillion views.
Yeah. I mean, this person already has quite a lot of comments, and
I know.
I just love it. I love it so much.
Fuck it, give them more.
Stop
It's
drinking
such a good
milk,
thing,
Anthony.
and now that I'm reminded of it, I'm going to yell it at you constantly.
I'll put it in the soundboard. That's fine.
Stop drinking milk, Anthony.
I might have already done this. Hold on.
You might have put it in there and taken it out of the soundboard. That will only get picked up by Craig, first of all.
Yeah, which we're not using, so unfortunately this is kind of a...
So get... fuck.
Where was I putting
Anthony,
my soundboard
are you a
stuff?
criminal?
Are you a criminal? Okay,
Oh, if it hasn't been clear and you haven't done it already, you should pause the episode and listen and just like watch the TikTok, because we're now be quoting it for the rest of this episode at least. So fucking watch it.
Yeah. Okay, so I have not, which is actually surprising. I will do that. I will
later.
I'll do that later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, you know M. Bison from Street Fighter?
I've heard his name before.
Yeah, okay. What does the M stand for? Is it Mison? Is his name Mison Bison?
Mison Bison?
Is it Michael? Is he Michael Bison?
He might be Margaret Bison.
I'm looking it up. Capcom has never explained what it stands for in Western releases, calling it part of the character's mystery. They're cowards. Mison Bison.
Mison Bison.
Oh, he's been addressed as Master Bison in Street Fighter Alpha 3 repeatedly, as well as in the animated movie, according to Wikipedia.
Yeah, but his name is not Matt. Like, that's just not true. Like, that's not... Oh, why is this one? Is it a fucking...
What do you mean that's not true?
like his name is not Master.
No, his name is Bison. Mison Bison.
Mison Bison.
Mison Bison, dude.
Dumb.
His name.
Sure.
Is Mison Bison.
Sure, I'll take it. Go for it. Does that go in the lore?
He was played by Raul Julia, the guy who's Gomez in Addams Family in the live action movie. That live action movie, well, it sucks. Although I haven't seen it, I've just been told, and I do kind of want to watch it. It has one of the hardest lines ever in a movie, which is, when M. Bison came to your village, it was the most important day of your life. When I went, it was just Tuesday. But then much more dramatic.
Yep.
But like that goes fucking hard, dude. That goes crazy hard.
I'll have to.
That's it.
So
all I got, Mison Bison.
What movie is this?
The Street Fighter movie.
Oh, what? When did it release?
Oh, fucking like the 80s, dude. It's old as shit.
Oh, no, 1994, I think.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dude, let me get a picture of Raul Julia's M. Bison. Yeah, there he is.
So what does the M stand? I need to know now.
Nothing. It stands for Mison.
Michael
Bison.
It does not stand for Michael Bison. Oh, God. Is he supposed to be like German or Russian?
I don't know if he is, but he's definitely themed off like, I don't know, weird Nazis, probably. They definitely do human experimentation and shit.
Wait, are you joking? Wait, I mean, yeah, what were you saying his name was?
No, that is very thematically created like Nazi uniform.
No, I don't mean the uniform. I don't mean the Nazi uniform. It is right. Yeah, so his name is Mike Bison, which is a parody to Mike Tyson.
Wait, where is that?
It's just
Michael Bison.
Yeah, but I think it's because I didn't realize that like it was just a joke on Mike Tyson.
Wait, I was right?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm surprised.
Michael Bison?
Though the M originally stood for Mike in Japan for the boxer character, Capcom has never explained what it stands for in Western releases, calling it part of the character's mystery.
Oh, I didn't read the full thing. There was a sentence before that I missed.
There was. I can tell because then it definitely just says Master Bison. Oh, he refers to himself as the Mighty Bison. So maybe it's Mighty Bison. His name is Mighty.
Dude, it's Mike Bison.
Yeah, Mike Bison.
Dude, he's Michael Bison.
So fucking dumb.
I was kind of right.
Can I be honest?
I was joking, but I was right.
I think you inceptioned yourself into just not reading the 5 lines ahead that says Mike Bison.
Possibly, but consider Mison Bison. How was I somehow wrong but so right? I'm never wrong.
Oh,
clearly,
that's not exactly true, but
I'm never wrong. I went to a concert on Sunday, or a show.
Oh,
whatever you want to call it.
Nice.
Yeah, it was the TWRP show. TWRP Tupperware Remix Party. The band I like.
Nice.
Karen was there.
Karen
had a great time.
Oh my gosh. Nice.
But one of their openers, apparently they had two, I had no idea, was this persona, the smooth jazz persona that this guy created called Très Magnifique, which essentially was him walking up on stage doing a 10-minute comedy set and then absolutely ripping soprano sax.
Nice.
Yes, he did deep throat the saxophone at the beginning. Got that one out of the way real fast.
Oh, okay.
But I'm actually a fan of his other stuff. He's in another band called like Ninja Sex Party. I have a lot of posters of theirs in front of me. But I got his signature, and he wrote to Griffin, my inspiration.
Aw.
And so I'm gonna frame that and I think put that directly above my bed so I can look at it every night.
I thought you were gonna put it like, above the toilet or like on the other side of the toilet. So every time you poop, you can see it.
Oh, so I can look at it and be like, you inspire me too, and then just rip shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll do that instead.
Just throwing out options.
It's a better idea. Yeah. No, I appreciate it. I haven't decided yet. I haven't gotten the frame yet, so I need options. No, the show was great though. If you ever get a chance to see TWRP, you should. Absolutely.
Where are they? Are they like based? I mean, like, would they?
They're Canadian. They're touring right now.
Oh, okay. Well then,
they might have already been to Milwaukee. They started in why do I keep thinking Denver, Colorado?
Because maybe
they started north of you.
There's not a lot north of me, so
they started north-ish. I'm gonna find it. God damn it. Detroit.
Oh, I mean,
I forgot the name Detroit. I kept thinking like Delaware and Columbus, Ohio.
What did you say the band's name was again?
TWRP, Tupperware Remix Party.
Okay. When you type in Tupperware Party, you get different results.
That is a different one. It is Remix Party. They were in Chicago.
Ooh.
It doesn't look like they stopped in Wisconsin.
What the fuck? What the fuck is this shit?
Have you not?
They look fucking weird.
Yeah. Dude's got a, they're like Daft Punk inspired, but dude's got a traffic cone on his head, dude.
That's awesome. You've got, okay, can I say who I think each of these people are? Like, can I describe them?
Okay, yeah. Oh, hey, there's actually, I see on their Twitter, here's the post for like in Seattle, so it's possible you can see me in that one because I'm back by the bar.
That's cool.
I'll post this I'll link this one. Good luck finding me, assholes.
Okay. So it looks like you have, okay, so there's the robot man. He looks like a ripoff of the guy from
names.
I know, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna say that's the ripoff of Doom Patrol Man. What is the Doom?
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Which picture are you looking at?
I'm looking at. I will link it.
Okay. I just want to make sure we have a consistent image. I will post it to the Instagram as always.
So
perfect. That's some of their older costumes, but that works.
So he looks like a ripoff Robot Man. So I'm gonna say he's.
I'll post a newer picture as well.
He's Robo Rocker.
The guy on the far left.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
We're going left to right, yeah?
Yes. Yep. And then there's the Cowardly Lion.
Okay.
But it's also, I'm gonna say that is that's probably like Ricky the Lion.
There's a more recent image. Still not the most recent, but that's fine.
Okay, nice. And then the cone guy is
the traffic cone guy.
Yep, that is Solzar. I think that he is an alien from space. And then you have ripoff.
Okay.
And then you have ripoff Ant-Man. And that is Doug.
That's Doug.
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 What are their actual names from left to right?
Okay, so from left to right, the robot guy in black and white, that is their drummer. That's Hav Hogan.
Okay.
Havve Hogan.
Okay.
Then there is their bass player in blue. That is Commander Meouch.
Oh, that's a better answer than Ricky.
It is, for sure. Then with the traffic cone on his head is their singer and keyboard player. That is Dr. Sung.
Solzar's close, whatever I said. That's kind of close.
Sure, dude.
Yep.
It's closer to the last guy's name, kind of. Red guy is their guitar player. Dude, he rips shit and he has solo albums too, where he's just like ripping on the guitar. Goes crazy hard. But that is Lord Phobos.
These are fucking dumb. That's awesome.
I love it.
Also, I love that, what was the first guy you said?
Hav Hogan.
Hav Hogan in the picture that you posted is doing like the, what is that? That's like the Praise the Sun. Yeah, it's awesome. Good for them.
No, they're awesome. They're great. Oh wait, I like this picture better. Actually, I think I'm going to use this picture for the Instagram for the better version, where it's because these are their current costumes.
Aw, look at them. Can I be honest? The Cone Man, the more I'm looking at him, looks like someone who would be in charge of making sure that kids don't pee in the Chuck E. Cheese ball pit, because that's just kind of what their job was, their aspiration in life. I feel like that's just the vibes I'm getting from them.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's something about the nose sticking out, right? Like no one else has a nose sticking out, and it's just his nose.
True.
And the mustache.
Half of them don't even have faces sticking out.
True. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, there's something about that. It's just a little weird. But I do like the puppets. Good on them.
Yeah, they're little puppets for a music video.
And they went with the 4-finger puppet idea. They went with the Muppet style. Do a lot of puppets have 5 fingers?
Do you have strong opinions on numbers of fingers per puppet?
No, but I think like it's like a stylistic choice, right? Like cartoons or like, you know, it's like, well, do you
it's simpler to like show things because it's not as crowded, I suppose.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Sometimes you notice, you're like, oh, they're drawing stuff with 3 fingers. Interesting.
Do you have stronger opinions on puppet fingers or fingering puppets?
Well, I mean, I feel like just based on, to be fair, all of these men are currently fingering their puppets, right? So I guess
I kind of just wanted to say fingering.
Yeah, and then I said it too, and then you said it again.
Yeah.
So
I think I won.
I'm going to say this. Well, yeah, that's true. I think I'm going to say I care more about how many fingers they have. So
okay.
That's my thought.
Cool.
Also, did we actually say we did? We
what?
did. I just was trying to remember if we said what the episode number was. I was like, oh.
Yeah, 10.
Cool.
I did right at the beginning. I added into my intro script to say the number.
That's funny.
Should I add it to the outro script as well, just to double up?
Nah, fuck it. Say a different number. They know where they've been. They know what they've listened to. It's already too late.
You can look at the number.
If you listen to something for an hour and then they're like episode 11, you're like, fuck, I wanted to listen to episode 10. Dude,
God
we
already
got you.
We already got you. Fool, buffoon, you've downloaded it twice and listened to it twice. Haha.
Idiot.
Our numbers go up.
Yeah. Also, I do have strong opinions. What do you think of mason jars? Like overall, as a volume, it's just a cup size. Like, what are your thoughts?
I'm a pretty big fan of mason jars. I think they're a pretty good container.
Okay.
I've never been dissatisfied with a mason jar.
I would agree with that. I think that I want a mason jar to be the standard jar size or cup size. Like I think that I want now all items of liquid to be transferred in mason jars. I don't mean like gallon size. Like, I'm not talking about things like that were gallon size being now mason jar size. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about when I go to a place and I'm like, I'd like a glass of water. I think I want it to be mason jar sized. I think it's just like the perfect amount of volume, and I think it's a little fancier than just a standard glass. You can put little designs on it. I just think they're cool. So I think that's what I would do if I had a restaurant. There should be mason jars everywhere.
Just everywhere? Are they as decoration?
No, like you could order. I would say this: if you ordered a martini in my restaurant, you're getting in a mason jar.
Coming in a mason jar.
You're gonna get fucked up because you really shouldn't have.
I'm a fan of drinks in mason jars.
Yeah, I just think it's a good volume. It's just a good.
It's great.
Yeah, none of that like, oh, do you want a single or a double? And you go single like an idiot, and they hand you like a little Dixie cup, and you're like, well, what is this? I want someone to be like, do you want the mason jar? And they were like, well, of course. That's the only glass Obviously. You had. I mean, really, that's how it should go, is regardless of what you order, mason jar. Coffee, mason jar. Martinis, mason jar. Single drinks, mason jar. Double drinks, just the same mason jar.
Mason jar.
Yeah. Or 2 mason jars. I don't know.
It was my understanding that if you ordered like, I don't know, say a rum and Coke, the double was just it was like the same size, but the double is 2 shots instead of 1.
So I agree, but I've not done the math or the science. So I feel like whenever I've ordered a double, it's in a standard glass. And when I ordered a single, I feel like whenever I remember looking at it, it's always in a small glass. But I think
Weird,
it's just because
I don't want the same ratio. I just want more.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Put less Coke into the rum and Coke because that space is being filled by rum.
Yes. I might be wrong on this. This is something where I don't know how often I'm truly being asked single or double. Usually it's at an event where I'm like, oh, I should really be saying single. Like, I should probably just say single and be classy. And then it gets to you and it's in a little fucking glass.
Bitch cup.
And they give you that fake straw. And you're like, do I drink through the straw? Do I not? Is it just for stirring? Yeah. I'm always confused. And then I always drink through the straw because I realize I just like straws. I don't until the very end when I'm trying to get the last little drips, but I don't want to be an idiot and just pour ice all over myself like a child. Then I'll take the little straw and I'll just sip it up. I'll go.
I should clarify. I hate that straws exist. They're useless and terrible for the environment. If I'm given a straw, I will fucking use it like a little fancy lad. All right? Yeah, pinky out, sip in the straw.
You're pinky out.
I will not ask for a straw. If they give me one, I'm using that shit.
Are you pinky out while holding the straw? Like, are you like with your left hand grabbing the... Okay, wait, what?
Both. I'm holding both the cup, pinky out, and I am holding the straw with 2 fingers and thumb. So pinky and a little bit of my ring finger out, actually.
I'm currently doing that. Like, I'm trying to figure out... That's awesome. That's the most fancy you could ever be. That's really fun.
I agree.
I don't know why that tickles me.
I know know exactly how I drink things.
That's
and
funny.
I pick the cup up, I pull it up to my face, I dip my head down a little bit towards the straw, and then I position it into my mouth with my 2 fingers and thumb.
Oh my god, I'm like physically reenacting this. I don't use, so you have your thumb and 2 fingers on the straw?
You could also just use 1 finger.
I think I'm using my thumb and 1 finger, and then my other fingers, other than they're not pinky out, they're wrapped into my palm. Like I think I think you're missing out on a primo fancy opportunity. I think I am. I'm really, damn.
I think you should work on that, because I just naturally use 2 fingers. It can be 1 finger, whatever. That's just me. I use my pointer and middle finger a lot, ladies. But that part doesn't matter. It's that your pinky's got to go out and your other fingers naturally follow, I feel.
Okay, I'm gonna test that. I'm gonna figure out what feels right to me. I think my current natural
right,
non-pinky's up. But well, you're doing like a 2-finger salute. How does this work? Right? Because you're using 3 fingers.
They're not the same distance out. They're just like away from my other fingers.
I see what you mean. Also, were you that fucking kid in school that was like, you don't have 5 fingers in a hand, you have 4 fingers and a thumb? Were you that kid?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
I hated that there was just a year in middle school where like
where everybody said that.
Where everyone was saying that. They were like, put 4 fingers, or put, what was it? It was like, you'd be like, oh, how many fingers am I holding up? And they'd be holding up 5 fingers, and you'd be like 4, or you'd be like 5. And they're like, no, you're wrong, you idiots, 4. And you'd be like, this is dumb. I can't even tell that story, right?
Dad pulled that on me, and then I was so mad, I was determined to never use it.
Yeah, I think so. I think I heard a kid I didn't like use that joke, and I immediately was like, this is your joke, and this is dumb, so I don't like this. So I do want to loop back. So you agree that a mason jar would be a pretty good, I don't even call it like a unit of measure, but just like a standard glass.
Yeah, I would say it's a pretty good like baseline, because a mason jar is a mason jar. They're useful. They're good. They hold stuff, a good amount of stuff.
Yeah, and it's utilitarian. Like, at the end of the day, you're like, oh, I want to like take some soup home. You're like, just pour it into your mason jar.
You and your fucking soup.
Oh, I'm sorry. I looped back
onto the soup.
That's
how
you know.
Supposed to talk about previous episodes.
That's how you know that I'm just thinking about it. I didn't even think about it.
I know.
I was just like, you're out someplace, you got soup left over, you gotta take it home. But what if it spills?
Gotta take it home.
Oh, mason jar, double lid, the top and then the twisty pit. Oh
yeah,
you're secure.
You're secure as shit.
Do you know how expensive things would be if you when you took your soup to go, they, instead of giving you like a little plastic container, they just gave you a full-sized mason jar to pour it in? Like,
a bit much more. And that is a bring your own mason jar kind of situation.
Yeah.
Okay, new restaurant idea. Bring a container. I don't care what it is. I'm filling it with soup.
BYOMJ.
BYOC. Bring your own container.
No, but it'd be just mason jars. Like, you could only bring mason jars.
I'm filling whatever you got. Bring me a bucket. I don't give a shit. I'll dump some soup in there. How expensive could soup be to make?
Yeah, I think it depends on the soup, but yeah.
Depends on the soup.
True.
Now, if you bring me something big and huge, I'm dumping a shit ton of broth in there.
Damn. Not the goodies. It's just going to be a bunch of fucking chicken broth.
Just like get a couple scoops of chicken noodle and then the rest is just the broth.
Nice. That could be, that's pretty good. Okay, that'll be phase 2 of the restaurant is a customizable.
Phase 2 is we say you can bring any container and we'll fill it, and then we're just real dickheads about it. We put a tiny little asterisk down there that's like,
but we decide what we fill it with.
Scoops of the meat.
Yeah. Okay, I'm glad we've got that aligned.
What's the line between a fight and a battle?
I think that, okay, let's think this through.
Is it number of people? Is it weaponry?
It's not.
I think it's got to be number of people, right? Because a fight, you need 2 people. That's a fight. I wouldn't call that a battle.
You know what I think it is? I think a battle has an organizational structure that a fight does not. Like, a fight to me is everyone's equal. There's 2 sides.
Oh, you think a battle has like the backing of the state?
Well, not even the backing of the state, but like, I think that in a fight, everyone's equal. Like, you're not like, oh, we were in a great fight. One of my buddies was getting us directions from up on the hill. Like, that's not how that works. But in a battle, I feel like there's like a commander. There's like an organizational structure for like, hey, you're infantry, you're cavalry. You're doing stuff that way. There's more organization that way. I think in a fight, you're just like, we got 10 guys, you got 10 guys. We're beating each other up. But I think if you were like, oh, we have 2 generals and they each have 9 guys with them, and we're organizing like the tactics. You go right, you go left. That's a battle.
Okay, well, I found a Quora post, our favorite thing to go on. A fight is an informal, spontaneous, small-scale affair between one or a group of individuals in a brief span of time. A battle is a hostile engagement or encounter between opposing military forces.
But again, I think that's just saying like but then it's like, what's a military? Like, that's where I think you need that organizational structure to be like.
I think it's just any organizational structure.
Yeah. So I don't think it's weaponry. I definitely think it's organization of the fight.
Yeah, a battle is between two organized forces,
or
has at least one organized force.
True, that's a good point.
But the other is just a skirmish. Oh no, what's a skirmish?
I think that's just a quick battle. I think it's a quick battle with no deciding winner or loser, right? Like, I think to me a skirmish is just like a quick. You're fighting, you're out. You got a little hot?
It's similar. It's similar to a fight. Oh my God, why does fight have so many definitions? One of the definitions of fight is to engage in a war or battle.
I mean, you're fighting like a war, right? So I get that. You can't say you're battling a war.
I think we have a pretty good general, or could you?
That's all I'm going to say for now on.
Like, I'm battling a war.
I'm battling a war. Like, oh, you're anti-war, like no. Pro-war. I'm in that war.
I'm in favor of war. I'm battling against battling war. Where the fuck is that note go? I don't have the note to. Oh wait, no, there it is. Never mind. I was like, where's the note? Where's the stupid one note?
How do you think? I know, like, when they're like, oh, victory's decided, or when like history's decided by the victors. Who's like deciding who wins battles? Like, if you're in the Civil War or Revolutionary War, where both sides
whoever survives longer.
I know, but like, really? So like, did no one have a winner or loser the entire time? Right? Like, you're in the Revolutionary War. You're like, you get done with your little battle, your little skirmish, you go home. Or both sides like telling their family like, yeah, we fucking won out there, we're crushing it. Or they like, now we kind of decided after the game that like they won.
I mean, the history is written by the victor is more of like a long-term idea. I think in the moment you kind of know because one side retreats.
I guess valid. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Whenever the one side's like, hey guys, I think we're good. I think we're going home. Then I think that's kind of when you know. Okay.
Yeah. When one side's like, pack it up. Fuck, this sucks.
Get Larry off the floor. Drag him home.
Get him the fuck out of here.
Yep.
Hey.
I didn't think Larry was from Boston.
Hey, get the fuck out of here.
But I was going
to Beppo.
Now we're just getting borderline. So anyways.
I just want to keep saying Buca de Beppo, dude.
Yeah, let's I'm fine. Hey, listen. I mean, when I get this dog, we name it Beppo. I'll be saying it a lot. So
I know. I really want you to get that dog and name it Beppo.
I think I'm getting close. I think
You think so? You're breaking her down?
I don't know. At this point, she could just be humoring me. So that way when we get the dog, it's like, no. Don't know.
Truly.
So
oh, you think you're still gonna get the dog, but you're not gonna be allowed to name it Beppo?
Well, yeah, of course we're getting the dog. I'm not worried about the dog. It's just, am I naming it Beppo in secret, or is that what's on its collar? It's really the question.
I think if you just keep calling it Beppo and it starts answering to it, its name is Beppo.
Yeah, but I don't want there to be conflict. Like, she's naming it whatever, and I'm like, Beppo. I don't know. We can figure that out.
But like Beppo dough.
I really like Beppo. So we'll see. We got some time. In probably 50 episodes, I'll let you know.
A year. Cool. I mean, yeah. That's about a year.
In one quarter of a sweater. I'll let you know.
You're so right.
Yep.
God, I told my coworkers that I had the equation and explained it to them, and
how'd that go?
It did not help.
Oh, I'm sure. We spent a lot of time on that.
They were like, why'd you do this? And I was like, to prove that I could only have gotten halfway through a sweater in this time.
'Cause funny, and also, I'm not a creep. I haven't been thinking about your hair growth.
I just calculated how long it would approximately take if you were an average person
shedding normally
to make a sweater out of your hair.
What is so wrong about this?
What's wrong about that? I'm just saying I couldn't have done it yet. I'd only be halfway through. And that's if you shave your head, which you didn't. So therefore, I'd only be an eighth of the way through because it takes about 4 times as long.
Yep. I will say I'm going to loop into slightly just like update time because it's midway through the week, kind of. Don't tell us it's not even close. I wish it's Tuesday, but it's Tuesday night, so really it's Wednesday, so it's fine.
Sure. Transitive properties and whatnot.
Yeah, hey, in the Roman calendar versus the Grecian calendar. I don't know if that's a thing. I'm sure, Tuesday was the middle.
Stop talking about the Romans.
I was really trying to shoehorn that one in. We got, Allison and I now got a pre-approval letter on a home. Whoa.
Ooh,
we can
nice.
we can now spend an amount of money that could potentially bury us in debt forever. That was fun.
Oh, naturally. I'm surprised you can even afford a home.
Yeah, dude. Turns out they'll give you a loan, and then you just have to make sure you can pay it.
Yeah, that's the question.
Yeah. And then we also found a realtor. They are from TikTok. but we watch their TikToks, right? Because they're like, oh, I'm a Milwaukee realtor. Here's homes I'm showing. And we're always like, oh, that's really cool.
I hope you know my silence is bafflement.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Fucking TikTok realtor?
Well, yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing, but I guess that's a way to show off homes. Nobody on TikTok is going to be able to afford them, but sure.
Someone is. She's selling them. She's selling some very nice homes. Like, part of the game is she shows you the home, and then she doesn't tell you the price, and you have to scroll down the comments to see someone's like, hey guys, I took the hit. I asked for a showing. $800,000. And you're like, holy shit, we liked that home. Maybe more than we could afford, clearly. And so it's a lot of that. It's a lot of being like, oh, that would be a perfect home. And then realizing we would just never be able to afford that. And so, yeah, I think it's like a smart method of being like, hey, she's like clearly trying to market herself to, millennials / whatever. I guess very rich Gen Zers, I guess. You could probably buy a home.
There's a couple of them.
And so, so we saw her on TikTok. We took her questionnaire of like, hey, this is what we're looking for. And so now we're going to meet on Friday and go over what kind of house we want to buy.
You're going to meet a TikTok famous person? That's incredible.
I don't think she's famous, but she's famous enough to get the algorithm, which I'm sure for TikTok was not hard.
Yeah.
Thank you, China, for connecting us to the realtor.
Sure.
So
actually, I was like, what the fuck is the average price of a home in Seattle nowadays?
Can I guess?
Yeah, do you want to? I have an approximate price. So
I'm gonna say $650.
$650?
$1,000.
I know. No, the numbers I saw was anywhere from $900,000 to $1 million.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I will say when we stayed in our Airbnb and then walked around our neighborhood to look at homes, it was insane. It was crazy. And I don't really get...
Oh, sorry, wait. Updated pricing from Realtor.com, just because I figured I should double check myself. In March 2024, the median listing home price in Seattle, Washington was $815,000.
Holy shit. Yeah. I don't get how that...
Still a lot.
I don't get how that's able to happen. Like, I know your minimum wage is higher, but like you're not buying a $900,000 house with even $20 minimum wage.
The economy is in shambles.
So like I just don't.
Our minimum wage is not $20, by the way.
Not? What is your minimum wage?
No, it's like I think it's 15.
Okay, dude, it's still double mine. So
I know.
So what does that even equal? Holy shit, it's not a lot of money. Holy shit.
Sorry, it's $16.28 per hour.
That's still not a lot of money.
No, it never has been, and it never will be. Well, actually, let me correct myself. It was 200 to 300 years ago.
This is the part where I'm realizing now, because it's been a while since I've done that math. Holy shit, yours is double my minimum wage, and I'm like, yikes. That's not great.
And it's still not a lot.
So that's a good point. So like I still don't understand who then lives in Seattle, like Seattle proper.
Nobody who owns the buildings. They're all rented.
Oh, so you guys are having that like rental complex thing where people are just buying, or like companies are buying up homes then?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. I'm sure we are too. I just don't know it.
It's the normal thing. Yeah. The prices are getting fucking way boosted by rich assholes and stuff wanting to move in, and
damn.
Also the companies. So yeah. No, sucks. I'm never going to go buying a house here. That's sure. I have to go out of the city at best, which sucks in its own way because all the jobs are in the city.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, it's not great. Capitalism.
Capitalism.
The real villain all along, one might say.
Yeah. Was there a surprise? There?
No.
So just FYI, I don't know if I'm going to give like updates on the podcast, but at some point I'll just FYI, we'll be chatting about fun little homes we're looking at.
Wow.
And then this stressful time where we like a home and then we have to physically tell someone we will give them hundreds of thousands of dollars for their home that we don't own, right? Like we're like, here's this bank's $100,000,
and then we'll pay the bank back eventually
in the next 30 years. this.
Yep.
Also, can you hear my my audio texture?
Of you typing?
No, of it fucking downpouring.
Oh, I can actually hear it a little bit when you talk, so I can only assume.
Ooh, okay. Hold on.
It will be coming through on Audacity. So, yeah, I'd say so. That's going to be fun.
Well, I closed the window. I needed it because it was warm as hell. But now I will just suffer and pass out from heat stroke. So.
There we go. We're only recording for like 20 more minutes anyways.
We're good.
Have I told you my theory of adding a new axis to the comedy graph?
To the comedy graph? I guess no.
Yeah.
No clue what you're talking about.
So comedians, especially in duos like us, are typically considered as one being the straight man and one being the funny man.
Oh, well, that's gonna be a problem. We didn't talk through that.
I know we didn't talk through that. We're gonna have to fight it out. I'm not straight, so I can't help you there. But I propose another axis.
Okay.
To this chart that I call the comedic top versus the comedic bottom.
No, shut up.
Yes,
okay.
I propose.
Okay.
No, listen to me.
Yeah.
You will listen and you will like it. Because obviously the straight man is the funny man. The funny man tells the joke. The straight man does like a reaction to it and continues the joke. Top versus bottom is the one who makes jokes towards things, and bottom is one who receives jokes at them.
Okay.
So the top gives the jokes, the bottom receives the jokes. And I propose this could create a two-dimensional graph on which most comedians could be placed.
Okay.
If they are a straight man or a funny man versus a giver or a receiver.
Okay, can you draw this in MS Paint for me? I need to visualize this a little. Okay, fine. What is that? So is there
left to right?
Okay.
Straight man, funny man, up and down, top and bottom.
So you can have a funny bottom or a straight top or a straight bottom and a funny top?
Yeah, and it's a spectrum. It's always a spectrum.
Well, then how does the lines
work? You know the
work?
political compass test?
Yes.
Which is bullshit and bad.
Yeah.
But you know the political compass test? It's like that.
Okay. I'm okay. So I'm just gonna. So what made you think about just overall reflection, or what was the?
I don't remember. I made that note forever ago, but I stand by it.
I want to try and prove you wrong, but I think you've designed this in a way where, because it's a spectrum, can you have someone who's both of each? What? Huh?
Who's fairly neutral in the center? Yes.
I feel like, but if you can have two centrists, can you have two centrists?
What?
You heard me.
I think most solo comedians would end up more towards the center, but duo acts would end up at more towards the edges.
Okay. I think that tracks. I think that makes sense. Okay, so let's do freaking If Books Could Kill. What's your range there? What's your analyses?
If Books Could Kill. So we got Michael Hobbs and
Peter.
Fuck, what's his name?
I don't know his last name. Peter something.
I listened to two podcasts with him in it, and
Peter the lawyer.
Peter the lawyer boy. All right, cool. So I'd say Michael Hobbs is more towards the funny man, and Peter is more towards the straight man in terms of the like making the jokes versus react to the jokes. Not that Peter doesn't tell the jokes. I'm not saying he's all the way towards straight man. That also very works because Peter is the straight one on that podcast.
You say that, but I think that Peter makes a lot.
Peter makes a lot of jokes, but they're more understated.
True. That's true.
And also, I'm not, much like the political compass test, this isn't very good because not a lot of like improv things like that fall into the straight man, funny man dynamic. That's more of a like scripted comedy thing.
Okay. Yep. I'm all for this.
So it's kind of garbo, just like the political compass test and all things that try to push people into like little categories. And then I think once again, or I guess not once again, but I think Michael Hobbs is the top because he more often makes jokes at things, including Peter, and Peter leans more towards the bottom because he receives more jokes at him.
True.
Also about being a straight man.
Do you know how much I fucking love his fucking jokes about not putting up the shelf? I fucking love it. I think it's the funniest fucking shit. What episode was it? It's the one where they're reading the fucking book.
I don't know.
And it's about the man who's like, he's like, oh, it's women are from Venus, women are from Mars, women are from whatever,
something like that. Yeah.
And like, there's a chapter on like if the woman were to say like, please do this versus can you? It was like, can you and may you? And so there's a whole chapter on like, my wife just keeps saying, can I do this? And I keep telling her yes, because I can. but I won't because I don't want to. And he's like, yeah, it's the exact same reason I haven't put up the shelf. And so there's like 3 episodes where they keep referencing the fact that Peter won't put up the shelf for his wife.
Yeah, because he just doesn't want to.
He doesn't want to. And so now he's got an excuse. It's the fact that she won't say, may you please put up the shelf, or will you? It's just so funny. I fucking love that someone fucking made a book and was like, the problem is my wife doesn't get it. Why, when she keeps asking, can I? And I keep telling her yes, that after the 5th time, she needs to change her vocabulary. It's like, do you think at some point you guys should like have a communication?
Have a conversation?
Isn't her just breaking down about like, you keep saying yes and then not doing it. And then your response is, you're right. Like,
you're right. Your words are wrong. I love that every time it's like a self-help book like that that's trying to explain gender, it just so quickly falls into the author explaining their own toxic traits and saying like, this is how people should act.
Yeah. But it's all about the man knowing what the other person in the relationship wants.
And just not doing it.
And then not doing it. But being like, well, I need to wait until they say the secret sentence that I won't tell them about. And it's like, but you know what they mean. Because you're the one who's making a fake language tied to will you versus can you. Oh, I think it's just the funniest thing. It's like so goddamn stupid. And the fact that this man, like whoever this, I'm sure this person is respected in some circle. That circle is just a bunch of idiots. But like these people made millions of dollars on these books, right? Like,
should we write a self-help book?
Would it be sarcastic?
Should we write a self-help book?
Or would it be like a realistic self-help book?
I feel like it would be very tongue-in-cheek, but we could easily just write it to be absolutely taken in by the rubes who fall for that kind of bullshit.
Yeah, I would say it has to be kind of tongue-in-cheek because I don't think you and I are really capable of in any way
I'm not capable
helping.
Of sincerity in that.
Yeah, I think we might be a little bit out of our experience, which might make us the perfect people to write it.
Exactly. That's how I get myself to do anything. I suck at this, therefore I should do it.
Yeah. At some point I want to read some of these books just to like see, maybe not all the books because the ones that
just to see what the fuck is going on with those.
Yes.
Ooh. I swear to God, dude.
What?
If you read fucking Outliers or anything by that fucking dickhead, what's his name?
Hold on, let me look at his name. I know who you're talking about too.
Malcolm Gladwell. If you read fucking Outliers and I have to hear about it again and you send me back to goddamn high school when everybody in like a business class was reading that goddamn book and walking around with it, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to stop talking to you.
Hold on, I need to look up. This
podcast ends the moment you pick up that book.
Oh, really? Okay, that's fine.
It just cannot be a Malcolm Gladwell book, and it really cannot be Outliers, all right? Malcolm Gladwell is a weird freak.
Yeah.
And Outliers is bad.
I need to look up the one
Everything about Outliers is bad. And for some reason, I have to keep hearing the goddamn 10,000 hour rule. And it's bullshit and stated in nothing. It's nothing.
So much. Yeah.
It's a nothing sentence. And I had to keep hearing it so goddamn much from like, especially parents when I was in high school.
Yeah.
That one really gets me. It was like all the parents, high school and college, are like, well, you got to have 10,000 hours to be an expert. And it was just infuriating. It's like, I don't need shit to be shit, dog. I'm in school.
I
haven't lived 10,000 hours. How many years is 10,000 hours?
I don't know. Let me look it up.
That's 1.14 years.
Oh, you've got
at
that.
At that point, I've lived long enough, but at that point, I haven't had enough time in my goddamn life. I gained sentience 5 years ago.
That's awesome. I love their episode on the population bomb by Paul Ehrlich.
I remember.
That's the one where the author is allegedly, do I need to say allegedly, is pretty much talking about how the white Western nations should just figure out who gets to live and then which non-white Western nations don't get to live because
Eugenics.
The population,
okay.
Because the population is increasing. And so he's like, well, do you want our people to increase or their people is like kind of what it boils boils down to. And it's just the
Even though
craziest.
That's not how that works.
It's just so fucking crazy. And so, yeah, they talk about like, yeah, well, you know, the UN, you know, like, I don't know. Okay, maybe not the entire UN, you know, just like America, England, France, Germany, Australia. They would determine which countries get like now strict population quotas per year and which companies don't have those population quotas. It's like, this is, you just created a world order. But I love there's a story they tell early on about how they're talking about like the human population is doubling every X number of years, and that number keeps getting smaller, supposedly per the book, which I think is now proven to not be exactly true.
Yeah.
But the whole way that they're describing it is like, yeah, if it keeps doubling, right, like exponentially, like at some point you get to like a stupid number of people. And they talk about how where does it say it? There's I want to see if I could find it, but I'm probably not going to find it in time. It's something like, oh, well, in 1,000 years, there will be no space on the entire planet. Human population, like the physical footprint of all human beings, like our bodies, will take up the entire planet, and the planet will heat up to 1,000 degrees because of all of our body heat. And I love this story of like, and this is why I need to warn everyone that we should stop having children in certain countries. And so like, it's
AKA just the non-white countries.
Yeah, it's just so funny because they make fun of the fact that like, so the person's talking about how everything keeps doubling, and instead of the human population being like, hey, we should probably stop doubling every X number of years, we just get to the point where we're physically crammed together until we're crushing each other physically. Like, that's the argument the guy is saying, is like, yeah, physically everyone will be shoulder to shoulder and no one will be able to move. It's like, how would that even work physically? Like, what does that even mean? Like, no, you're just wrong. And I think I love it. It's just
meaningless.
It's called so the title of the book, Population Bomb, and then it's Population Control or Race to Oblivion. Population control is really just a keyword for horrible human
eugenics.
Yes. So yeah, it's maybe I'll read that book because it just seems crazy.
Incredible how the moment you get some authors to start talking about like plans on a worldwide scale, it just immediately goes to eugenics.
Yeah.
It's shocking.
Yeah. It's really one of those things where it's crazy how often people are like, I mean, what if we just, controlled for everything? And you're like, what are you talking? Like, this book was about fashion. Like, this book is about jeans. What are you talking about? How did we get to population control? Yeah, I 100%. I think I'm gonna read a few of these books, but I will not read Outliers. Because you
I have to hear about that book anymore. I think at this point, everybody in my life has heard me rant about Outliers.
That's funny.
And before somebody, Karen, texted me and said I haven't done that to them. You listen to the podcast, you fool. Yeah. I just did.
You've been tricked, Karen. You've been tricked. I do want at some point, I gotta figure out the book. I was listening. Do you listen or have you listened to the Jon Stewart podcast?
Yeah.
Okay. So now he's back doing The Daily Show. And so I was listening to the newest episode where he's on and he's talking to someone. Again, look this up for yourself. But he's talking to, I've got here, David E. Sanger, who is like...
Oh my God, I've heard that name.
He's like a White House reporter and he wrote a book. And the book's New Cold Wars. And it's so interesting because at one point they're talking and they're going through and John's like, well, we've created like all of these issues because we just couldn't stop doing colonialism for the last 50 years. And we've just destroyed most of the things we've touched geopolitically. And the guy's talking about, he's like, well, yeah, but I mean, really, we have two decisions. He's like, they go on and on about like, hey, like we've created all these borders and the borders don't really align with any sort of reason. We just did it because it was easier to like draw a straight line through a fucking map, right? Whole thing. And at the end, the guy, and I really want to read the book because I want to understand if he just like misstated or if this is what his book is about. But he's like, well, there's two options for the United States. We can either keep going and be the global superpower and spread our principles and philosophy to other nations, even when we haven't followed it ourselves all the time, which is just hypocrisy. Or we can not do that. And then, I mean, China or Russia would, and then we would just go into authoritarianism, and we can't have the world go into that. That would be horrible for everyone. And it's just so funny because it's like, dude, you wrote a book about like the Cold War, and immediately he's like, we need to spread our ideology that we have never followed because we can't have someone else be the superpower of the world. And he's just describing it. And it was just like, why do you want like overarching control of all governments? Like, his point was just like, well, we need to be able to like spread our principles and stop everyone from not having them. And it's like, why? I don't understand. And so
for what purpose?
It's just like so weird. And like,
and then what?
And then it's funny because he's like, well, I mean, and the second option, with the dictators, we can't have that. And it's like, we've installed so many of them. What are you talking about? Like, I still don't understand.
A lot of them are our fault.
Like, I think it was just such a weird, like, straw man argument of like, well, we have to keep going, spreading our principles of democracy and freedom and whatever, because if we didn't, well, we'd hate that solution. It's like, I mean, I don't know. Would we? I feel like we've not got a great track record. So I think I'm gonna read that book. I gotta figure out how many pages it is, because if it's like a 10,000,
read that book.
If it's like a super fucking long book, then
it's not. I'll tell you right now, it's definitely not. Those kind of books are never that long.
I just don't want it to be like fucking not. I mean, I guess that's not a great way of phrasing it.
Find out right now. I'm looking at it. How long is it? Hi, Amazon. Website can't be. What are you talking about? It's Slamazon. Does it have a
page count?
528 pages.
Okay, that's fine. As long as the
book
is
bad.
I think as long as the book is below like 750 pages, then it's probably fine. I think once it gets above that, there's a little bit of like, am I going to be bored for 200 fucking pages? Will I get through this? Yes.
There's audiobook.
Yeah, I could do that. I could also just see if there's an audiobook, then I assume that it's on fucking Spotify. I like how we're now like
maybe.
I think this book is probably dumb. Only because it seems like a way of us pushing agenda of like being super anti. I'm not pro Russia on this or pro China, but I think it's very much a way of being like, hey, let's keep our fear up of X thing forever. Like he talks about, he's like in the interview, he's like, this is gonna be the biggest issue that Americans are gonna face for the next 20 years. And then John keeps talking and he goes 20 to 30 years, 30 to 40 years. And it's like, dude, you just doubled the amount of time you said this would be the nation's greatest fear. Like just pick a time. Like I don't know.
Also, I think if Russia's invasion of Ukraine has showed us anything, it's that we can take them.
But I just think it's like it's just like such an interesting way for someone whose job revolves around reporting. Like I don't know, it's just the weird part. It's like this person's been around for a very long time, and then at the end of the day, they're like, yes, you should be afraid. This is exactly like the Cold War. You should believe that the apocalypse and Armageddon is coming. And you're like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's just not good if we're all hyped up on we will all die over the next 40 years. I feel like that's just probably not a great cultural mindset. You don't think
nihilism should be one of our driving forces?
I mean, maybe on and off in between presidents.
How will we ever succumb to global warming if we don't embrace nihilism?
Well, that's kind of the part that's like really hard, where it's like his whole point is about like, well, now it's about the economy. We have to keep the economy growing. And so I feel like there is this part of like, well, if we ever lowered our technological advancement by focusing on the environment, we would lose our edge and China would win. And it's like, I don't know. I'd also like to breathe and like not live in a ball of fire. So I don't know. I just think it's interesting. So at some point I will either listen to this book or buy it, and I will have more thoughts to say.
Anyways, last topic.
Yeah.
Monkey movies.
Okay, what does that mean?
Monkey movies. What do you think the monkeys in the monkey movies were thinking? Did they know they were stars? Did they think it was cool?
Sorry, I didn't know.
What?
Yeah. Well, I think most monkey movies are actually just men. They're just men with CGI.
No, I'm talking very specifically about movies with monkey stars in them.
Oh, I think they were just having a fun time.
Like, you think the monkeys are having a good time?
I think that they just think they're having a fun time with their friends. I don't think they realize. Yeah. I think that maybe they think it's a little weird that their friends want to keep doing the same game or scene over and over. But yeah, I don't know. Also, I'm now looking at family friendly movies about monkeys. Dustin Checks In looks very scary because it's a picture
like that
of a what even is that? A chimpanzee holding on to a child? I would be so fucking scared that child is about to be just murdered.
That child is about to be murked, yeah, for sure. That is a image taken before disaster. God, the monkey is terrifying in that. I'm already looking at it, baby.
Like, I just think that if I was his parents, I'd be like, nah, there's no, dude, there's no way.
That has got to be the fastest photo shoot in existence.
You see, I think that's just how the movie goes. I think that this child was just in constant danger the entire time. Here's another picture. They're hugging. They just keep hugging.
God, I think that baby's in danger. Oh wait, I found a combo one. Actually, we'll use this image because let's check this. Baby's Day Out versus Dunstan Checks In. One of those is a monkey. The other is a man in a suit.
See, again, I think that the baby 100%. I think that this is where I just think that there's so much danger in that. That's so fucking crazy that they would do that. The 90s were wild.
Dude, the 90s were wild. We do not get many monkey movies anymore. And I think that's because it's probably inhumane.
Yeah.
But also...
I think that it's really hard.
Does Dunstan fuck in this movie?
Does he? I hope not.
I'm not posting this to the Instagram, but actually maybe I will. Look at that image.
I think he's just giving an exam. I think he's
Dunstan
I think he's a doctor.
I think Dunstan fucks.
I just think this is like the most dangerous thing.
Dunstan checks in to pussy.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the second. That's the sequel. I just don't know why they would do this.
Thanks for listening to this episode of We Talk About Other Podcasts for a really, really long time. You can email us at tbtlpod@gmail.com, and our Instagram is @tbtlpod. I'm Griffin. This is Anthony. Whoa. Tell your friends, rate us 5 stars on everything. Give us a thumbs up or a like on YouTube if you're on there. I don't know, what other, anything else to say, Anthony?
You can follow us on Spotify. We've got an Instagram, TBTLPod at Instagram. How does that work?
I've already done that. It's just at TBTLPod on Instagram.
Okay. It's
linked in the episode description as well, if you'd like to click that instead.
If you want, you can also review us for our reviews of other podcasts. We could do a double review. Or how about this? How about you review us on their podcast? Like you go to their and then you go TBTL pod. Yeah, probably not great. Don't do that.
You know what? Don't do that. Don't listen to that. Maybe I'll cut that out.
That's fine. Watch us multiple times. We want the viewers, and even if it's just one person,
tell us what you think. You can actively affect what we're doing because we have to read everything at this point because we have nothing.
We have nothing. Karen, we have nothing. Please help us.
Karen, we have nothing. Please help Karen. Karen, I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, Karen. But not
I'll
you,
see
Marty.
You in 2 minutes. I'll be back around.
Wait 2 minutes.
All right. Bye.
Bye.